Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight on the news, we remember the 4 people killed in the horrific Seward bus crash 20 years ago today. Plus, several animals at the Lincoln Children's Zoo have tested positive for COVID-19. But first, a special hearing looking at issues within our correctional facilities. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Megan Conway. Rod has the night off. Tonight, we continue our coverage of the staffing crisis in Nebraska correctional facilities. Channel 8's Ariana Martinez joins us live in studio to break down what was discussed today at a judiciary hearing. Ariana?
Yes, the hearing started a few minutes behind schedule, and the first testimony with the director of the Nebraska Department of Correctional Facilities lasted nearly 2 hours. Areas that are in dire need of improvement were addressed and identified today, but solutions to these issues are still in the works.
It's a real tough spot we're in.
Yes.
I hate to ask this question. What happens next? Right? Like, is lockdown 7 days a week? Is that the next? Is there another step between that? And how close are we to getting to that step?
For the 2 facilities, or technically 3 facilities at this moment, that are on the 4-day operational schedule, there's still some room to make those days even shorter. So that would be the next step. Absolutely hope we don't need to go there, because then that means Senator Pansing-Brooks' programming is not going to get done, period. I mean, that'd be one of the things that gets cut. Access to recreation.
Director Scott Frakes of NDCS said there are 625 staff vacancies right now. They would need at least 100 new employees to get out of being locked down 3 days a week, or as the director explained it, to get out of working 4 12-hour shifts a week. But even with hiring 100 more employees, the department would still be understaffed and in crisis mode. Employees are working mandatory overtime and are exhausted, and inmates are not happy with being locked up for 3 days a week. This new schedule also prohibits some inmates from visiting with family, as they can no longer visit on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. There have been 23 inmate suicide attempts reported in the last 10 months, which the director said is the highest it's been in 5 years. Senator Lathrop spoke with an employee during a visit to one of the prisons. He shared what that employee told him.
He said, you know, I was here for both of the riots that we had here, and it's worse right now than it was then.
And Ariana, I'd like to know, did they discuss what they are doing to try and hire more employees?
Yes, Megan, and I will break all of that down with the positions and efforts being made to help hire more employees, as well as what suggestions were made to help lower the inmate population tonight on the News at 10.
Sounds great. Thank you very much, Ariana, for that coverage for us today. In other news now, 20 years ago today, tragedy struck the community of Seward when a bus carrying the high school band went off the road and fell over 60 feet into a creek below. On the 10-year anniversary, we spoke to a mother who was on that bus.
It was just like this slow motion, and next thing I knew, it stopped and I was hanging, and people were screaming and people were in piles.
The crash happened just west of Omaha on Highway 6 in an area that was under construction. The band was headed home after attending a competition in Omaha. 27 people were injured, some of them critically, and 4 people died, 3 students and 1 parent. One of those students was Don's son, Ben.
And I walked over other people's kids who needed help because I needed to get to Ben. And when I got there, he looked like he was asleep, and his friend was underneath him and said, "You got to get him off me, I can't breathe."
Ben Prescott, her son, and Ian Kohler, both 14, and 40-year-old Tracy Kohlmeyer were killed at the scene. Another student, 17-year-old Eric Bader, later died at the hospital because of his injuries. Now, on a much lighter note, our weather, some beautiful storms overnight, John, and the temperatures today gloriously fall.
Yeah, I think, Megan, you told me earlier the lightning was shaking your house a little bit, or some of the items inside earlier this morning. Yeah, we had some heavy rain move through, some much needed rainfall for many. We picked up 8,500, 7-inch in Lincoln. That's more than we've had through all of September and the beginning of October prior to today. And now we've had beautiful blue skies outside. Take a look at this view right now. You can just see blue skies and a large sun that's up there in the sky as we look live from Honda of Lincoln, looking off to the south and west right now. Temperature-wise, it is cooler than yesterday. We're sitting anywhere from the low 60s to upper 60s, even holding on to 70 degrees still as of at Fall City. But take a look at some of the winds as of this hour. Now, last hour, Grand Island had winds gusting to near 50 miles per hour. They're now gusting 44 miles per hour. We've got gusts of 52 in Valentine, 51 in Broken Bow, and 37 mile per hour gusts right now in Lincoln. 35 mile per hour gusts in York, 36 mile per hour gusts right now in Hastings, and sustained winds are upwards of 20 to 30 miles per hour. We've got frost advisories that will go into effect overnight, starting at 3 a.m. through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for the counties shaded in blue, and we'll widen the view out and show you how that covers a lot of the state as well as freeze warnings as you head further to the west from 1 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow. Satellite imagery is clear, and that's going to allow our temperatures to drop quickly. This evening, we're down to 58 degrees by 8, 53 degrees by 10 o'clock, and we keep diving below there as we go through the overnight. We'll talk about how cold it gets, plus maybe a chance for a shower tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, John. Police have identified the Lincoln man who was killed in a motorcycle crash earlier this week. They say 61-year-old Kevin Ginger lost control of his motorcycle near 1st and Adams Street Monday night. Ginger was taken to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. No other vehicles were involved in the accident. A North Platte woman has been arrested after her children tested positive for meth. 32-year-old Jessica Aroja is facing multiple charges, including child abuse. 3 children, ages 12 and 7, tested positive for meth. Officers also found drugs in her pants pockets, purse, and in her car. She'll be back in court on October 21st. A Lincoln man and woman say someone stole $20,000 worth of collectible toy cars and trains from them. It happened near 63rd and X Streets yesterday morning. The couple says the collectibles were in their van and that they found the door open. Police are still investigating. Sumatran tigers and snow leopards at the Lincoln Children's Zoo have tested positive for COVID-19. Now, zoo officials say the tigers and snow leopards are being treated with steroids and antibiotics to prevent more infections. The zoo says the public is not and has not been at risk to COVID exposure due to the distance between the animals and visitors. All animals affected are anticipated to make a full recovery. After losing her job to the pandemic, Lincoln-based artist Ray Mary decided to make a complete switch and let her artwork lead her to find not only a passion, but a career.
I just kind of see it as like the world is open for me to do what I want at this point. This is probably the best thing that's ever happened to me. Honestly, sincerely, like, you want me to stay in my house all day? Okay.
The U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics says 22 million lost their jobs during the pandemic, and Ray Mary was one of them. And on a related note, in Nebraska, business applications are up 1.5%. Mary's artistic journey led her to her own carpe diem, and she encourages artists like herself to seize the day.
Take what you want and leave what you don't. But I just love that in any situation, because if people are giving you unsolicited advice that's not really helping you, then, I mean, just like toss it out the door. But if it's actually constructive, like take that with you and like move forward and make it better in the future.
Some great advice there. Now to a young couple who dug themselves out of enormous debt. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis has the story.
When Angie and RJ decided to get married, they knew it was time to assess their finances. Collectively, the pair had $123,000 worth of student loan debt. But rather than panic, they decided to get to work.
The first thing that we did, of course, was budget. For the prior 3 months before that, we looked at how much we were spending and we started to notice some common things.
We were able to kind of refocus and reprioritize our spending. From there, like, we would meet weekly talking about our budget and our goals, and it was just huge for us.
The couple reduced their expenses by negotiating their cell phone bill and rent, canceling unnecessary subscriptions, and cutting back on going out.
Any upcoming bills or anything that we have, we would call and just say, hey, is this negotiable? And every dollar starts to add up.
They also increased their income by doing side side hustles, and within a year, were able to knock out their entire debt.
Like simple changes like that will pay off in dividends for you.
And they've been able to apply their tactics to remaining debt-free even around the holidays. They recommend saving small amounts throughout the year, allocating a specific amount per person, shopping sales, and making homemade gifts.
And then lastly, you don't always have to buy anything, right? You know, if you're in debt like we were, we made it a point to be with our family, and I think that's what the holidays are about.
Rebecca Jarvis, ABC News, New York.
Still to come on the news tonight, across the country, flights are being delayed. Is that happening here in Lincoln? That answer after the break.
Hey.
Staffing shortages have been a struggle for almost every industry during the pandemic, including airports. And those shortages are causing some flight delays across the country, but also right here at the Lincoln Airport. Here's Channel 8's Alexis Ganeski as we cover Lincoln with what you can expect at our local terminal.
Pilots, flight attendants, TSA members, and more are hard to come by right now. A staffing shortage of airline and airport employees are causing for some more frequent flight delays. Locally, we're in need of employees to help with mechanical issues, something that's caused for some delays here at the Lincoln Airport.
There's a mechanic shortage right now across the industry. A lot of our local FBOs and tenants are looking to hire aviation mechanics. A lot of the large airlines are looking too, and so you definitely can see delays right now because of that staffing.
The airport recommends if you're trying to be somewhere on a timely manner, plan ahead. They recommend booking a flight even the day before the wedding or big event to make sure you get there on time. And if you have a connection flight, Give yourself some wiggle room.
Thank you very much, Alexa. And on top of the staffing shortages, some good news though. The Lincoln Airport has seen a rise in flyers since the pandemic. Well, as harvest rolls on across the state, long hours can tempt farmers to cut corners, but that can be deadly around grain handling systems. Some of those dangers were highlighted at Husker Harvest Days.
It's really heavy and a lot of pressure is like all over your body, so it'd be really hard to get out.
And there's way more pressure from the grain sloping down on you.
Purdue University tracks grain bin injuries. 60% of those in their database going back 60 years are fatal. And Nebraska is one of the leading states for agricultural accidents in confined spaces.
Our intent is to inform farmers not to get on top of grain bins.
Farm safety is just super important.
The Nebraska Corn Board tells people if you're entering a grain bin, wear a harness and never work alone. Also, kids should keep away from bins and stay out of the way while equipment is running.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
After some pre-dawn heavy downpours and thunderstorms, we've had a beautiful day with lots of blue skies. We're taking live right now from Schoen's Roofing down in Beatrice. You can see no clouds out there as we look off to the south and west. We'll take you up to Lincoln now from Southeast Community College, looking to the east, and just beautiful blue skies overhead. Low humidity, which is allowing for that nice dark blue colors as you look higher up into the sky. This afternoon, we rebounded back to 67 degrees. It's currently 66 degrees at the airport. It's 66 degrees at East Campus. Same story on the south side of town along Yankee Hill Drive. Down towards Beatrice, it's currently 67 degrees. A bit cooler towards Friend, York, and out towards Grand Island of the Tri-Cities, where right now temperatures are holding out in the low 60s. Winds continue to gust. We've had some gusts upwards of 40 miles per hour within just the last 45 minutes or so out towards Grand Island. Sustained winds right there are in the 20 mile per hour range, but you can see wind gusts as of 5 o'clock in Lincoln, 37 miles per hour, 35 mile per hour wind gusts along in York, same in Aurora, and 44 mile per hour gusts still being reported as of this hour in Grand Island. The winds will stay up as we go through the evening hours. Once the sun sets, I think we will start to notice the winds beginning to diminish. We'll keep just a little light wind up as we go through the overnight hours. That may help keep our temperatures from completely bottoming out by morning. Now this morning we did pick up some rain, 8,500 of an inch in Lincoln. That is the third most on this date since 1887. Over half inch of rain down towards Beatrice, nearly an inch of rain out towards Hastings, and 0.83 of an inch in Grand Island. I wanted to show you where they weren't getting rain, but we've been getting snow. Take a look at this. 14 states across the country now have snow on the ground. That does include far western Nebraska. Now 12.4% of the country is covered by snow, and that is the highest amount on this date since 2009, when we had almost 20% of the country covered. Tonight, with clear skies and cooling temperatures, we do have frost advisories that will go into effect at 3 a.m. through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for counties shaded in blue. Widen this out and show you how this is covering portions of the state. We also have freeze warnings further to the west from 1 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the morning for areas out towards North Platte and up towards Valentine, for instance, where temperatures will get even colder. Now this evening, once the sun sets, our temperatures will start to drop. We'll be in the low 50s by 10 o'clock, into the 40s by 4, and I think we'll eventually drop down into the 30s. Now I do think some of our areas in our colder locations will likely see temperatures in the lower to mid 30s tomorrow morning, so keep that in mind. And again, temperatures elsewhere into the upper 30s. For tomorrow morning, we're going to start with a lot of sunshine. Now as we go through the afternoon, we'll likely see clouds increasing ahead of some upper level energy that's going to try to slide through the state as we head towards the evening and into tomorrow night. Now ahead of that, temperature wise tomorrow, we're talking highs in the lower to mid 60s, even upper 50s for highs out towards Grand Island. In fact, only 56 degrees for high temperature tomorrow in Kearney, forecasting 64 degrees tomorrow in Lincoln. It's tomorrow evening, there's a small chance we could see some light showers. Stormcast may be slightly overdone as far as how much precipitation is falling, so that gives you an idea. Not much, if any, will fall because we are going to have some dry air at the surface. Dew points only in the 30s for much of tomorrow, so definitely feeling more like fall around here. 7-day forecast shows only a high of 58 degrees on Friday. We'll see a fair amount of sunshine. It's going to be a little breezy, so it's going to be kind of a chilly day, I think. 65 degrees on Saturday, where I think we'll have a widespread frost around here Saturday morning. 37 degrees for low Sunday morning. Right now, though, afternoons for this weekend I think look pretty nice, especially if you have plans to head out to a pumpkin patch. Next week, we'll see our temperatures remaining below normal, highs in the 50s by Wednesday, and the next time the Huskers are at home, home. We're looking for mostly sunny skies with a high temperature of 60 degrees.
All right. Thank you very much, John. Sure enjoyed that rain overnight. It was much needed. In other national news now, another historic liftoff for Blue Origin today. Actor William Shatner can now add astronaut to his resume, known for his iconic role as Star Trek's Captain Kirk traveling to the edge of space. At 90 years old, he's the oldest man to do so. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the details.
Blue Origin blasting off into space, once again making history. William Shatner, best known for his role as Captain Kirk in the original Star Trek.
We're beaming up.
Now the oldest person to travel to space. Shatner joining 3 other passengers, entrepreneurs Glenn DeVries, Chris Boscheisen, and Blue Origin's own Audrey Powers aboard the New Shepard rocket. The crew reflecting on their experience.
Everybody needs to see it was unbelievable.
The capsule lifting off into space, separating from the rocket, leaving the 4 space travelers weightless for 3 minutes. The crew taking in the incredible views through those giant windows. The passenger's capsule parachuting to the ground where the celebrations roared. Shatner's space adventures no longer fiction, but now a reality.
What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine.
So what's next for Captain Kirk? Shatner, who loves music and performing, says that he's writing new music inspired by everything that he saw in space. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Van Horn, Texas.
William Shatner is a busy guy. All right, here's a look at Wall Street. A split day, the Dow only falling about 0.5 point, but the NASDAQ is up 106. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, after the powerful testimonies
Well, John, a final check of our weather tonight. In my opinion, this is like the perfect day. Fall temperatures, blue skies, sunshine, thunderstorms overnight.
It is going to be very nice around the area as we go through the evening hours and through the overnight, especially if you like colder weather. It's going to be cold around here tonight. With clear skies, we're going to keep dropping down low. Now, right now, let me show you what temperatures are like outside around the area. We're sitting in the 50s to low to mid 60s right now. 66 in Lincoln, at 66 in Hebron. It is 62 degrees right now in Grand Island. Now, the winds are still gusting out there, and they're going to continue to gust for probably about the next hour and a half to maybe 2 hours. 44 mile per hour gusts in Grand Island right now. We've got gusts to 37 miles per hour. Once the sun sets, which by the way is at 6:49 this evening, that's when the winds will begin to die off a little bit. But with clear skies around tonight, we are going to notice our temperatures taking a drop. We'll have frost advisories going into effect at 3 a.m. through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for the counties shaded in blue. And you can see across the state what we're looking at. And then further to the west with clear skies, we've got freeze warnings that are in effect from 1 a.m. till 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's where we'll be seeing temperatures getting a little bit colder and not a whole lot of wind. Now, as we go through the rest of this evening, we will see our temperatures beginning to drop. So 64 degrees by 6, we'll drop down to 58 degrees by 8 o'clock, and by 10 o'clock tonight, down to 53. You know, like I like to mention sometimes when you should leave the windows open or closed, tonight is definitely a closed night window. You may want to grab an extra blanket. And you know what, for some of us, I think perhaps we're going to get that nice stinky smell as the heaters kick on for the first time this year.
I was like, what?
Oh, the look on your face is fantastic, just off
like,
camera.
Where's this stinky smell coming from?
Where am I going with this? Yeah, I think as we turn the heaters on, we burn off some of that dust tonight. I think some of you will be having that. Also, we'll be getting the smell of fires from neighbors lighting some fires in their fireplaces, I think.
Yep, that's very true. Oh, that was pretty good. I'm caught up now, John. Okay. All right, thank you very much, John. And thank you all for joining us tonight. World News Tonight is up next with David Muir, and then we'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
We're up before the sun, so we can make breakfast for our friends and family. Hot off the griddle, fresh as can be. At Amigos.
Closed captioning on Channel 8